Welcome back, Focus learners. Today, we've got an incredibly practical explainer lined up for you. We're looking at this brilliant piece of software from RAM Software and Development called the RAM Inventory Manager. You know, if you've ever dealt with logistics, complex supply chains, or honestly just the daily headache of trying to figure out exactly what is sitting in the back room of your shop right now, well, this explainer is definitely for you. Section 1. The Small Business Inventory Problem. Okay, let's dive right into this, because the root of the problem the software tackles is actually fascinating. Small businesses desperately need inventory tools, right? But generic, one-size-fits-all software usually creates way more friction than it resolves. To understand why, just ask yourself, what do an auto mechanic and a restaurant chef have in common? Well, aside from some occasionally colorful language when things go wrong, their daily operations are vastly different. But operationally, both absolutely rely on knowing exactly what materials they have on hand at this very second to get their jobs done. And this perfectly illustrates the crux of the issue. Their tracking needs are fundamentally opposed. Think about it. An auto shop tracks metal parts and fluids that can literally sit on a shelf for years. A restaurant, on the other hand, deals with fresh produce with ticking expiration dates. If a restaurant tries to use an auto shop's tool, they might accidentally serve spoiled milk just because the system didn't know how to warn them. And a mechanic for sure doesn't need a software alert about the spoilage date of a heavy-duty wrench. The systems just don't mix. Section 2. Introducing RAM Inventory Manager. To cure that mismatched software headache, RAM Software and Development designed this incredibly flexible system, and it's built around profile-specific fields. This concept is the secret sauce here. It uses customizable data points that are tailored strictly to the business using it, but it all runs on one shared underlying architecture. So it adapts to almost any inventory-heavy operation without developers needing to completely rebuild the app from scratch for every single new client. Section 3. Tailoring to your business. Now, what's really interesting about this is how we can see these profiles operate out there in the real world across completely different industries. A retail shop focuses on finished products and needs to heavily track their suppliers. A restaurant tracks raw ingredients and desperately needs to monitor expiration dates to stop financial loss through waste. And an auto shop, they track hard parts and fluids. By just selecting the right business profile, the user gets an interface exactly tailored to their daily needs. No unnecessary clunky data fields, just the exact information they need to work efficiently. Section 4. Smart Tracking and Workflows. All right, let's peek under the hood. What makes this tool genuinely powerful is the technical engine underneath it all. It features smart workflows for low stock and expiration alerts, so it's actively prompting you to prevent spoiled food in a kitchen or empty retail shelves before a crisis even hits. It even handles vendor and order prep directly. And technically speaking, it's powered by a local node server anchored by a file named server.js, utilizing JSON data persistence. What does that mean in plain English? It means it's incredibly fast, lightweight, and reliable, and it's backed by comprehensive tests to ensure everything runs perfectly day in and day out. Setting this up for a new client follows a highly organized, clean logic. Step 1, configure the business profile. Step 2, define the inventory data schema, basically deciding whether you're tracking brake fluid or tomatoes. And Step 3, launch the app source. Now, what's equally important here is what does not belong. You're not going to find unrelated finance tools, unreviewed live client data, or random restaurant website design files cluttering things up. It is strictly a focused, well-tested inventory space. Section 5. The power of reusability. So the crucial point we need to hit is the ultimate benefit of this entire software architecture. I mean, why build it this way instead of just writing 3 separate apps for the restaurant, the mechanic, and the boutique? The answer is the sheer power of reusability. One engine, infinite possibilities. By designing this as a reusable client business tool, RAM Software and Development has essentially created a superpower. They can deploy a highly customized inventory system in a fraction of the time. The small business client gets a bespoke tool running on an engine that's been stress-tested across multiple industries. It delivers enterprise-level reliability, but without that massive enterprise price tag. Which leaves us with a really fascinating thought to wrap up today's explainer. If a single, thoughtfully designed, reusable system can seamlessly adapt to perfectly track both heavy-duty brake pads and highly perishable fresh produce, how could a system like that streamline your own business operations? The RAM Inventory Manager is absolute proof that the best software isn't rigid, it's perfectly adaptable. Thank you so much for joining me for this deep dive. Keep focusing on those elegant solutions, and I will see you in the next explainer.